Okay. Yo, what is up, everybody? We are here to talk about the LEC and have some fun. We're only gonna go until I fucking finish in your mom's face and in most of your guys' mom's mouths. Wait, what? So last night I was having sex with Amaranth and Caitlin and Ari at the same time, and
then you woke up and realized it was a dream.
I think my dick got like evaporated of cum, pretty much. I haven't been building up any for a little bit since a few days ago, actually. They've been just dry. So you don't believe me, do you?
Nope.
All right, what is going on, everybody? This is the Cloud9 podcast, season 7, episode 12, talking about the LEC 2023 spring split, which just happened and started last week. And I want to explain to you guys what ended up happening about why we didn't have an episode last week for the LEC. Now, the reason why we didn't is because I actually had to do a lot of things last week. And by the time that I could do an episode, I was just too tired. So I just thought to myself, hey, we'll just end up, just doing it next week. And we'll end up just covering what we didn't cover about the LEC this week on this episode. So that's pretty much it as regards to that. So we're going to catch you guys up on what happened with the LEC toward the end of the LEC 2023 winter split. And then we'll start talking about what is currently happening now. And remember, guys, we do have a Twitch channel. You can follow that. You can watch on Twitch if you want to, actually. So you can go on Twitch and watch on Twitch if you want to. All the links to that will be in the description box below. I might end up start uploading these to like Anchor and Spotify. I'm not really too sure yet. After I get the Nightwing podcast going, I'm not too sure about how uploading another show would go. But this one would probably be in that vein as well. So, yeah, man, what's going on with you?
No, just chilling, dude. Before I got the deck profile done, I got other videos to come out soon.
Right now, Cutie Cinderella streaming, Alinity streaming, Pokemon streaming. Damn, Pokemon will be looking kind of good now. She said she wanted to lose weight, and I was like, she was fat? I never saw it, but
no, she did gain some weight. She said, like, she showed pictures on one of her streams where she said she gained weight.
Was it like a small amount or one of those like, this is getting to be a problem?
It was a small amount, but I think she likes her stomach to be toned. That's what it was. Because it was like, she gained that winter weight where she, it's like, but you live in California.
Oh my God.
How the fuck did you gain weight?
All right, so
like
the LEC
winter weight.
The LEC 2023 winter split ended with, Mad Lions, SK Gaming, Koi, and G2 Esports top 4. Those were your top 4 teams, right? So G2 ended up winning the LEC 2023 winter split. I mean, a lot of people had G2 winning the split anyway. They put together a really strong roster overall. Mad Lions getting to the finals is kind of a surprise, yet not, because Mad Lions is also that organization where no matter who is playing, they always seem to just pull it together and start playing very well at some point, right? Except for that Reeker roster they had back in, spring of last year. That was just a dumpster fire. But, overall, for the most part, they'll start out slow, but then get better as the split progresses. So, yeah, G2 and Mad Lions, your top 2 teams. Then you had SK Gaming, who played pretty well, all things considered. And considering the fact that most people had SK Gaming, literally finishing 8th, 9th, 10th place anyway, the roster really played spoiler and definitely had a really strong early game. And I even said, hey, if this team gets ahead in the early game, it's pretty much lights out for a lot of these teams currently right now. Yeah. They were one game away from beating Mad Lions, and they would have, if they had beaten Mad Lions, I'm not saying they would have beaten Koi, but they would have finished top 3. That would have been amazing for them. But then finishing top 4 is great. They played a great series against Mad Lions. For me with Koi, they're a mixed bag from last split to what we're going to talk about currently as well, because it just kind of feels like they've lost their identity into a lot of extent. Like how clean Rogue was last year compared to what they are now is really just almost night and day different. You know, like the move to kick out Otawamne for Shigenda has never panned out. I mean, there's been enough games to point out where this is just a bad decision. Whoever made this decision is just a moron. Because
I don't think it's that bad of a decision. I think it was a lateral decision. I think it was for money. It made sense because Shigenda's playing already. Otawame is look like he's struggling on XL. It's like I can see why they did it in a sense. Whereas one of those things where you're like, do you think they would have been better if they kept Otawame? More likely, yeah. But
they're taking a coin toss on it. You're thinking, okay, this guy can play a few champions better at the carry potential, but I've just not seen it. Like, I've just not seen how this guy is actually an upgrade over what Otawamne was providing for them. The only reason why I could assume that they got rid of him was because maybe him as a person, because he's got this personality to him that a lot of people might perceive to be as a dick. Maybe that was the atmosphere. Maybe they thought his personality and his atmosphere just wasn't good enough for just in a team environment. Because I'm looking at these games, like Otawamne had that really good Cassante game. He had that really great Scion game this past weekend as well. Like he's actually played good for the most part. Not last split. Last split it was pretty dodgy, but I would still say last split he was the best player on Excel, and even right now on Excel, still he's probably their best player too. And like looking at Shigenda's play, it's like, oh wow. I mean, how many games have Shigenda's had where he's looked like a carry threat almost? Outside that Jace game he had last week playing against Team Heretics. Like outside of that Jace game, it's been like, nah. So last split you had that going on with Koi. There's still games where, you know, if this team can actually get ahead, I mean, they're still a scary team, but I don't think people should be sweating beating this team anymore. Like, I just don't think that this team has that level of like, okay, I should go into this game fearing them, because you could easily destroy them from a lot of different angles. Malrong will sacrifice himself to get his team ahead, but if his team's not good enough to actually utilize those resources, then, you know, it just pans out to be, you know, that they just do nothing with him. So he's literally just starving himself of any way of how to get himself ahead, other than like he just banks on his lane is doing it. What I think Malrong should do is Malrong should actually just be the carry himself. If he's gonna be ganking this much and doing all of these things, he should just carry himself, you know. But yeah, that's just how last split ended. G2 winning it, they get their 10th title. I mean, you know, G2's won a majority of the splits at this point. Literally ever since 2016, there's only been 2 years where they haven't won titles, 2018 and 2022, which is crazy to think about at this point, you know. And people started talking about Fnatic, and, you know, Fnatic has had bad management for quite some time. You know, Fnatic has also looked okay this week. You know, I think people were kind of a little, I would say, overrating how they kind of bounced back. I don't know. Like, what was their strength of competition? They faced Team Heretics, which is like, how do you even analyze how badly they're fucking playing? And then you also have the other team they faced too. So last week, Fnatic looked like the worst team in the LEC, like just by far. That was just awful. Now this week they look a little bit better, but I wouldn't say any of these games are like clean. None of these games are actually like okay, what is this team's actual strength, right? But they've played enough to the point where they now have the same amount of wins as they had last winter split. So we'll see if they can get more than 2 wins this spring to regular season, right? Because there's only 3 weeks, right? There's only 3 weeks for this format. Yeah, so next week we'll find out who's making playoffs. Only 2 teams miss. Actually, guys, remember that. So these BO1s, these all matter, right? So you're not going to get this extra time to sit here and go, okay, I can have another round robin to improve on all my issues. No, you need to be good right now. You need to fix whatever you're talking about right now, actually. So let's go over the standings, unless you want to go over anything else you saw from this week that you wanted to talk about too.
Oh, a lot of teams toward the bottom are like they're good one game and they're a mess the next. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of this format. I thought I was, but I was like, eh. I think I like.
So what would you want? That's another round of.
I would
BO1s.
I like the 3 games a week, but I would rather it be 3 games like a week off and then 3 more weeks. I kind of like it like the LCS where they go play 18 games. But the LCS does it in a way where I'm not too fond of. I like less weeks but more games within a week, like how the LEC does it. Both of them scheduling are ups and downs because the whole winter split was like, okay, that was a little one of those you blink kind of missed it kind of things, but I do like the 3 games a week format for LEC. I just don't like the playoffs, break, and then spring split kind of thing. But overall, it's not bad in a sense because I do like when they can go back and adjust the first time. That's my thing. But yeah,
5 likes because for me, it's also one of those really punishing formats too, where like let's say you do have a good team and you play so few games, and then we saw like certain orgs, they make all these big decisions, but it's like you only played 9 games. Like if you really thought this roster was good, wouldn't you not want to try it again? I mean, you're only playing 9 games, and
that's why I'm not a big fan because it's like you want to fire somebody or cut somebody. It's like, what if they just needed to? That's why I like the 18 games where it was like one season, and then the top 2 people were all to get in instead of G2 one split and then another split, another team. I was like, that's just doing too much. It's like LCS.
But the thing here is why I like their format too is because having just games that are meaningless really just is they can go either way. Because like, do you need to see more games of like really bottom tier teams to know that they're not making it? It's like that's just a waste of time in general.
It is, but then the issue with this one is there can be teams that literally miss out on one game. It's like because
it inherently punishes you from losing to a certain team. So you can't. So like basically every game matters in a 9-game structure.
Yeah,
and you don't want to just drop a game to like
I don't
a
like
team
the
heretics.
9 games their playoffs. I think that's my biggest issue. It's like nah, it's.
Well, the 9 games get you to BO3s, which is essentially that's playoffs anyways. I know they don't call it that; they call it the BO3 stage. I would just call that playoffs anyway. So you have like teams that'll make these really big decisions based around 9 games, and all these 9 games are like, hey, you don't want to drop anything. Like it incentivizes you to play better in these BO1s, but that's the problem with BO1s is like you have a parity of okay, like. I wouldn't say cheesing is an aspect either because people don't really cheese like that in BO1s. That's only a few teams that ever really did that anyway. Like I think people are overrating that. I was like, no one really cheesed like that in BO1s outside of like random teams that were just dog shit anyway. And people factor in if they didn't cheese, they would lose anyway. They can't play standard. Literally, that's their only edge. Actually, is to just cheese someone. So let's go over the standings. So currently, right now, with a lot of these games, guys, like for week 1. A lot of those games were just pretty much stomps. Like a lot of those games were just like, all right, Team Vitality's the best team. They're just stopping people. Now, my biggest thing about Team Vitality that I'll go over is a lot of people right now have been talking about Bo. And I don't know. Bo's been a player where you've seen it. Like he has good mechanics. You see, like he is a good player from just an eye test, right? But this guy has been getting gapped by a lot of these people here. Like, he's been getting destroyed. Like, as I mentioned before, when you play League, your solo laners can determine, like, how good a team can look. Like, your solo laners will determine, like, how good a jungler can look, too. And, like, vice versa. The thing here is he's been looking suspect himself for a lot of these games. Yeah. Like, there's weeks where he'll look really fantastic. Like, he looked really good. Last week, there's the first week that he looked good in winter split as well. But then there's weeks 2 and 3 where this guy will go like 0-8 and then people will make up excuses about why he's still really good. It's like, no, if any other jungler went 0-8 the way he would, you would flame the shit out of him. Like if Xerxes went 0-8, I'm just gonna flame him because Xerxes dog shit, and I any chance I get to flame Xerxes, any chance, I'll do it. But it's like being 0-8 is not good. People, I want to say, I don't care what you are, 0-8 is not good, right? And I really don't know what is their identity about what they want to do with Bo. That's my biggest issue is what are you trying to do with Bo? Is Bo supposed to be like a carry jungler where he gets the Viegos, he gets the Lee Sins, and he gets the Jin Zhaos, and then he just carries the game? Like, is that supposed to be the jungler he is? Or is he supposed to be the facilitating jungler who gets the Maokais, the Sejuanis, and he just kind of sets up the team? What is Bo's actual position in the team? That's my biggest thing. What is Bo here for? Because you know why Photon's here. Photon's supposed to be the carry top laner. He's supposed to get the Jaces, the Camille's, the Cassantes. He's supposed to, obviously have good laning phases. He's supposed to roam around the map and obviously impact the team fights, what Perse is trying to do. Perse is supposed to play more like mage utilities, like Lysandra he played, like Talia, the Azirs, right? Upset's supposed to be their next carry threat in the bot lane, and you have Kaiser to kind of, maybe pair up and help roam around the map and ward and do all that stuff, right? But the problem here is I've not seen Kaiser and Bo actually play together ever. They mostly play apart, and I think that's a big problem too, is you need your support and your jungler to have good synergy, maybe even more than your mid jungle, because your support dictates how the pace of the game goes. Like, I know you guys have played games before where, like, if your support is really bad, that's how the game just fucking looks like shit. Because if a support looks really bad, the game just falls apart. And I'm not saying Kaiser looks bad this split. I think he's had a better split than he had last split so far from the games that we have. But it just looks like they don't really know what Bo is trying to do. Like, it looks like Bo has a completely different idea about what he really wants to do, kind of versus like what the team actually should be doing. And then he'll make all these really aggressive plays, but then if he gets far behind, then he's just a walking detriment to his team, like a lot. So I don't know. Have you been paying close attention to Bo actually a lot? Or
yeah, he's definitely the weakest part of Team Vitality. Yeah, and I look at him like it's not that he's fucking up. Is he's not on the same page with Photon a lot of times. I was like, okay, what's going on?
Yeah, because that's the problem here is people forget Bo is Chinese and Photon is Korean. That's already going to be a disconnect. They already can't speak to each other. So your top side can't speak to each other. Yeah, you upgraded Neon with Upset, and Upset still is playing very good. Like, he's still playing fine, arguably one of the best ADCs in the league. Obviously, he had a few missteps this week in his gameplay, but overall, still really good. But the problem here is, like, I mean, that's why whenever anybody says you should go all in on Team Vitality, nope, I have learned my lesson with that a long time ago. No, unless this org literally wins, I need to see a trophy in hand. Or they need to get to a finals, because this org has never even been to a finals. They've only been to a third place match ever. 2 third place matches. That was back in 2018. And they went to Worlds that year too. That's the only highest accolades this org has ever had. 2 third place matches. One they lost in spring, one they won in spring. And then when they went to Worlds. That's it. This org has never even reached a finals in their own region and has never even lifted a trophy, despite coming in the same year that G2 did as an org too. It's just, no, I need to see a finals appearance, and I need to see a fucking trophy in hand with this org for me to be like, okay, this org can win. Because I know Thorn did his video where he said Team Vitality can win the split. I'm not saying they can't win the split. They definitely have the caliber of players to win the split. I'm not saying that they don't. But the disconnect between what they really want to do with their players versus kind of like the style they want to play is a direct contrast. And when you actually look at the games, if you actually look at the games, you can tell there is a distinct play style difference with what they really kind of want to do. But you wouldn't notice that from the game score, because the game score, obviously people only really look at game scores too, right? Yeah. But last split, they had that scapegoat of like, oh, well, our bot lane is really, really fucking up. So we'll just kind of, swap our bot lane out and we'll kind of see how it works. And it's worked out relatively well, because this split, this week they ended up dropping games to what? Because they went 1-2.
1-2.
Yeah. What? Keep in mind, guys, this is in week 1, in the beginning of week 2, which happened on Saturday. SK Gaming, we're playing for first. Okay, look how much of a crazy reality we live in now in the LEC. SK Gaming at one point were playing for first place. And if they had won, they'd been undefeated at that moment.
Yep.
Yeah. And yeah, SK didn't look as clean.
Nah, SK overperformed. They overperformed. There's games that they should have lost. I'm like, okay, these motherfuckers is overperforming.
Like against Team Vitality, I think they played relatively okay.
Yeah.
But the other games, no, Koi was that sloppy game that Koi played? Cause I remember Koi played a lot of sloppy games this week. Yeah, I remember that one. That was bad. That was like, this is just coin flipping all over the place. Holy shit. And then their last game was against Excel. Oh, yeah, that Excel game. That Excel game against Mad Lions was a stomp, too.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. So, Vitality, they ended up beating SK. They ended up actually staying undefeated. Then they ended up dropping games to G2. That was a really close game against G2. And G2's looked sloppy in their own ways, too. But they ended up losing to G2.
G2's always been sloppy, but the other teams just never capitalized on it. That's what it was. G2 always plays sloppy. Like when G2 don't care, they just play sloppy or whatever.
Yeah, a lot of their games look like it's like there's a lot of kills on the board, and then you see all the gameplay is they're just wanting to just fight constantly. Like there's something with G2's gameplay where I don't know if they just lost. I know they haven't lost how to play macro because that's just what you can't lose that overall as a team in just that amount of weeks. But so I don't want to say they're not trying because you can't believe that either because I mean everyone's always trying to win. But it's more like their gameplay is not as clean as it was last winter. Like last winter, it was like pretty much okay. At a certain point, you're like, okay, G2's by far and away the best team. There's no one's beating them. This split, it's like if they don't kind of get it together. I mean, they're already at 4 wins. So like last split, Astralis got in at what, being 3-6, right?
Yeah.
So like literally at 4 wins, you're pretty much already making it into the BO3 stage because next week coming up, G2 play SK, G2 play Fnatic, and then G2 play Mad Lions, which will probably most likely end up being the match of the week, right? Looking at basically how the standings are popping up before we go over some of the games. What was the game that stood out to you? Actually,
none of them actually stood out. The Charlotte's Vitality game. That
was one that weren't they were ahead in, and then they threw it, or was it the BDS one?
Oh, that was the BDS one. That was the one they completely.
Yeah, Charlotte should have won against BDS. They threw that game. They threw that game hard.
Charlotte gets out early. They just don't lose. But Charlotte, I'm gonna say all the Charlotte games this week were interesting because you can see a team that gets ahead and then just like be like, it's like racing and you just take your foot off the gas and just let your opponent win. That's what happened against BDS. They literally just said, okay,
let's flip that Baron. Yeah, I remember that game.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was Vitality. They just beat them from the beginning and just never let Vitality. At one point, Vitality had a chance to get back in, but it was just never close. I was like, okay.
Yeah, the game against Mad Lions was a little interesting. I would say the one against Mad Lions was more of like, okay, they made some decent proactive plays early on, but other than that was probably their weakest game. The one against BDS for sure should have been their win. And they had this last split too. No, they had this in the BO3 stage last split too, which is like you can win some of these games. Just I don't understand, and this is a problem with this team more than other teams. They'll get a lead, they'll have an idea of what they should be doing, but they just keep fumbling it. It's like, what are you doing? It's constantly due. Like you gotta fix that shit. It's like a lot of teams in the LEC, they would have more wins if they knew how to actually play out how to be ahead. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's kind of what hurts a lot of these teams and why like a lot of the standings look a lot like lopsided to a certain extent. Is more like these games go so back and forth, and not even some of them going back and forth. Some of these games go, team gets really far ahead, 10,000, 5,000, 6,000 gold lead. Team does something stupid, flip a Baron when you shouldn't be flipping a Baron because their map state is not ready for that. And then they throw it, and the other team is like, wait a minute, we have a scaling comp. Now we have Baron. Yeah, I guess we win now. It's like, what the hell? And someone said this is probably one of the most competitive like LEC splits ever. It's like, not really. I would say not last split. I would say the summer split of last year was way more competitive.
I think this one is competitive because there's a lot of teams that are at the bottom that are like, that are literally tied. It's like you look at the record now. It's like literally.
No, like right now, anyone can really beat anyone. That's like nice.
That's why I say it's competitive because it's like literally because even last summer was competitive, but you knew who's going to work.
Yeah. At a certain point, you're like, okay, SK and Astralis, they're not actually getting to playoffs.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Like, it was just okay. Who's going to win the LEC? That was the main thing. It was literally you didn't see Rogue was going to win.
So right here in this game, this was the Astralis BDS game. This was the part where they threw the game. So right here, what's crazy is because like people will bring up Ghost Gold. I don't know what the fuck I just said there. That was in English. Fucking por favor. Holy shit. All right, so gold score right here is it's 42,000, 41,000. They're only down 1,000 gold. BDS was actually crawling the game back to a certain extent. So leader throws in his anti-ult and it's like, what? Okay. He already pre-stunned. Then right here, this is where they get the Baron and they turn the game around. So Jenghoon is actually trying to cut them off from getting in. So you have Xiao, they're cutting him off. So you're like, okay, this is actually pretty good. It's like there really shouldn't be a reason Astralis should actually either 1A steal this or get in. I don't know how Adam gets right there when leader could just poke him. You're like, wait a minute, what is going on here? Like even just looking at stuff like that, why is leader just letting him walk up like that? You just poke him. Literally, if you just poke him, he will buzz back off. And if he doesn't, he's fucking stupid if you don't do that shit. Then right there, you leave your like Jenghoon dies, and then somehow now BDS have Baron. You're like, wait, what the fuck just happened here?
I saw what happened. That was it was simple. It was a simple pull and distract. You pull the person away, you distract them, and then you get what you need. I saw that. I saw that one coming, but it was the way to execute it. The BDS did not execute the pull or distract.
This is literally Astralis messing up. This is literally just Astralis just messing up. First of all, Kabe jumping over the wall is fine. Kabe is a Zeri. You have to play safe. That is more than 100% fine. Leader right here, not poking out Adam this early is like, what are you doing? And then they leave, like Jenghoon, you can't just leave Leona like that alone. Yeah, people say, well, why doesn't Leona just use her solar flare? That's only going to last gonna last maybe less than 5 seconds. And plus, you're doing that against a tank and a tank like Sejuani and Nautilus. That's like, what the fuck?
What's the Jinx? What's the all of? Like, you get one.
And then now Finn's by himself. He's just like, team, where are you guys at?
Hey, that was the moment. That was the moment the game flipped.
This is like one of these things where Astralis, like, I get it. People are giving them credit. I get it. Astralis is improving. They got leader. Things look a little bit more cleaner.
BDS just outplayed them. It didn't feel like a complete throw, but like BDS didn't really do anything spectacular. They just waited for Astralis to be, Astralis. That's what it was.
And then 1-1. Finn doesn't have this ult. Nothing. This is just such a bad Baron setup. And now, well, BDS's comp is now better than Astralis as games went by. So someone said, wouldn't Zeri and Leona be better than Jinx Nautilus? It's basically one of those handshake bot lanes. It's literally one of them has slight better upsides, other has slight better upsides. It doesn't really matter. It's
Jinx
one of those
one-to-one
and
Nautilus has had
a lot of CC.
Yeah, that's why.
Leona has a lot more burst upfront CC. Zeri also has a lot more later in the game burst.
Don't forget, Nautilus is a lot tankier. That's it's one of those things.
Plus, if Nautilus hooks Lee Sin, you could instantly just chunk him out. Then he has to run away. He can't compete in team fights.
Annie plus all the champions besides Cyan were squishy. That's why the minute you got past them, it was GG. Because all you gotta do is put Sejuani in front with Aatrox. You got Jinx that got reach. It's just literally okay. It to me, the reason why I don't say it was a throw because that game was, even though the kills was a lot different, the goal was way too close. I'm like, okay, if BDS go to win, they're gonna have to win it here, and they did. They executed everything they did properly. They just didn't do it at a rate where I was like, okay, that was good. That was, you look at it, you're like, you know what, that was good, but that wasn't like something spectacular. And I'm like, okay, but I'm like, but Astralis just they literally just had they had the game, and then they.
Here is Team Vitality versus G2. This probably would end up being the match of the week for most people. So So someone said Team Vitality's comp is bad. I don't actually agree with that. I think the comp is just fine.
No, it's good. It's
comp is actually pretty good. The only difference here is like Kled. It depends on the top side matchup for Kled versus Camille. If one of them, if it's an even game state, then Kled will probably have more priority in the side lanes because of his extra health. But no, if you have Camille ahead, she just literally, you cannot match her in the side lane. She would just destroy you, and then she'll just leap herself into the back line with her all and kill 2 people by herself. I understand the Camille pick. That's a fine. Plus, he was winning. You see right there, 5 minutes in, he's 20 CS ahead. He has control of the lane. That the pick itself is playing out just fine. What I think was a problem that what Photon did is because he played too far forward constantly never respected vision. And that is Photon's biggest issue, is he never respects gank pressure ever. And that is something that's his detriment. I know a lot of really good top laners don't actually respect gank pressure either, but there are certain moments in the game where if you don't ward or if you play this far forward, there is a good chance you are about to get ganked. Like, you just know these things as you play constantly. These are things you just pick up on, right? Then you have the all-in that he does right here. I really don't think he should have did that. I just think that was just a bad trade overall, because that is not only going, because right there you saw what he just did. That kill right there just gave him Rose Whip to finish out Gore Drinker, and you're like, wait a minute, he died under turret with Divine Thunderer. Is like, wait, what? So like Photon messed up the top lane dive right there, and I think he also messed up what he was actually should have been doing in the matchup. He was already winning it. Now all you do is call up Bo and have them further poke out Broken Blade. Then you all in with the Gragas. Then you take the turret plates. All-inning right there in that moment wasn't really actually going to benefit them. But G2, like I said before, with G2, most people have just been targeting Broken Blade in a lot of their games. Broken Blade is their weakest link. Like, he wasn't playing that well. He was playing okay last split. I think he played better. I think he played, what's the best way to explain Broken Blade last split? He played better than expected and had some nice carry performances.
Yeah.
But this split, it kind of feels like, he's definitely still got a lot of issues in the top lane. And somehow Caps doesn't die because, there's a Soraka there. Because Soraka is just OP as fuck. Lord. Perks getting a solo kill on the Perks. There are games where Perks has nice ways of where he wants to carry the game. And then there's games like this where I don't think Perks played badly in this game. I just think that Perks is really not the Aurelion Soul player. I think Perks needs to be on something like a LeBlanc, a Lissandra, an Azir, an Annie.
Perks can play Aurelion, so I just don't think it was the matchup for it.
Also, I like the people that have been playing on Cassiopeia. I don't see why people don't pull these picks out earlier. Cassiopeia is a mage counter. She literally, Miasma, you can't walk into that. Oh, because obviously you're going to get silenced. Yeah, and she also has great range with a Twin Fang. She also has a great all with a Petrifying Gaze. Cassiopeia is a great mid lane champion, just in general. She's all around strong damage, great scaling, and I think that's a perfect counter pick to Aurelion Soul. Also, yes, Cassiopeia does counter Aurelion Soul pretty hard. He cannot literally challenge her in most aspects because of one Miasma, Twin Fangs, and Petrifying Gaze. Literally, only way he outranges her with his Q. And pretty much if he all-ins with his ult, he'll most likely do more damage. But then again, that's also if someone sidesteps your ult with Cassiopeia as well. This is a game where I don't think Bo did anything good in this game. Gragas game was bad.
But the issue is they was targeting Bo a lot too. That's the biggest thing. They were targeting him, and
it's because of his build. His build is too squishy, and his runes don't help him out either. His runes and his build is way too squishy. This man was just getting literally two-shotted.
But the issue is that they wanted him to be the one.
Gragas is engaged. Yeah. The main point.
That's why they wanted him instead to be a tank, and that was the issue. No, because after that they had no tank because there are people saying, "Oh, but Aurelion Soul is not a tank. He's just hard to take down.
He's hard to kill.
One.
Yeah,
because the motherfucker just got range like a motherfucker. Like, but when you look at it, you're like, okay, Gragas is always gonna be the first one to get down first. Just.
All right. So you have Yike here. I think Yike has had a pretty fine split overall. I just think people need to understand Bo's not Owens. Is he a top 5 jungler? I mean, if you're doing actual rankings, probably.
I'll say yeah.
But I wouldn't say that he's like head and shoulders above a lot of people either based off this gameplay that I've been seeing. I think there are some weeks where he looks like the best jungler, and there's other weeks where it's just not a consistent top jungler. That's
plus
just
also with team. Anytime with team fights, he's always left out to die first. Like if any moment he gets by himself and there's a team fight, they always just let him die. And then
like right there, but based on what you just said, right there, I think was a moment. They're doing dragon. Okay, cool. Your top laner doing dragon. Cool. They're zoning. You're all doing. Everything's fine. Why is he throwing Dragon's cast right there? And why is he going in? There is nothing to gain from doing that. Look at what he did. This is so troll. That's why I watched this live and I was like, what is this guy doing? First of all, the Dragon's 2,000 health there. There is no reason to throw your Gragas cat. They're like, dude, what are you doing? Bro. He just... bro, what are you doing? Look how troll that is. He just threw his Gragas all and body slammed over and flashed over. Oh, like, bro. Man, just throwing his whole cock out on the table and shit. Like, bro, no. None of that. That was just egregious.
And then you don't even get to fucking Drake. That shit gets stolen.
Bro.
Right in front of you.
Okay, so people are like, so him engaging there, why is it would be bad? Okay, first of all, engaging there would be horrifically bad for one of the main reasons why. None of them are in place to do anything, okay? To get better at League, for anyone who's watching this, you have to understand timing and positions about where your teammates are actually at. There's a reason, like, you know, a person will get mad if you engage too quickly and you just die. Well, yeah, because if you had just simply waited just a few more seconds, it's all about timing and patience, okay? If you wait if he waits here and just 50-50s the drag, instead of just killing himself, they have a much better chance at winning this than him
also,
doing this.
I'm understand. I can say I understand why. Because a lot of times they let Bo just die, even if when it was a good thing. That's why, like, you know, good comp they were doing. It was like, you know, good team fight. I was like, okay, that's me. I think after
right here, they're not even tracking Cassiopeia's ult. It was like Cassiopeia's ult comes up in like 40-50 seconds. Yeah, by this time they're doing drag, it's gonna be up. Why would he not petrifying gaze forward if he's doing that? Literally, Gragas doesn't use ult and you just kill him. Like, that's my problem here. Is like they're not keeping track of Cassiopeia's ult. He throws himself in, kills himself, griefs the entire dragon fight. Then he does it the dragon's at 2,000 health. None of his teammates are in position to help him either.
I mean, but my thing is, Photon should have been like it kept attacking the dragon. He just stops the minute Photon.
Did he stop? I didn't even see that.
Yeah. Look, he just stops.
Like, oh, yeah, you're right. He just kind of keeps. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, he stops for a bit. Yeah,
he stops, and then the minute Bo leaves, he attacks, and he just like right there. You got less than.
I would have just hashtag. I would have just ulted as Camille right to the dragon. I would have just did that.
That's exactly. I'm like, Photon, the minute Bo leaves, Photon just stops, like, kill the dragon. It's like, fuck it. Like, y'all all could die, but at least you get dragon. They don't get dragon.
Weren't they still sacking? No, they actually needed. Yeah, that's why the game went to G2's favor. They needed that drag to tie up the drags because G2 would be on soul point. Yeah, that's what I say. Yeah, that was first. For
that whole thing was just bad.
Bad communication and bad tracking of the ults.
It was mostly fault Bo being impatient, but Photon literally just stopped. Like, what the fuck are you doing, Photon?
Yeah, because this is the thing. This is why people you need to keep track of ults. This is why League is so important to keeping track of what people are doing. You need to keep track of flashes. You need to keep track of ults. Your jungler should not just be leaping in when the dragon's 2,000 health here.
No, him leaping in wasn't the problem. It was when he leaped in. If he leaped in like a few seconds, like 3 seconds later when the dragon was at 500, if all Photon had to do was chunk it down and kill it.
Because this fight, we know they can play dragon fights out well. They did it this time. He got the dragon just fine. He's not throwing himself in to kill himself. And then they got a kill. I think they got a kill. Yeah, they ended up getting a kill. And they chunked them out after that. Like, that's that. So so right here, they can play out a dragon setup very fine. They literally just did it in front of you right here. They get right there. Do not just throw your fat shitty ass in there. Just literally wait. Okay, he can't steal it from you. Okay, now he leaps in. Now you punish him. He shouldn't be leaping in right there or ulting right there. Now you just punish him. There's it. Now you have your drag. Now you have 2 drags. That's it.
Yeah.
Him giving that stuff over is just giving over free gold to them.
And that Photon just stops. It's like, no, you. It was just that last team fight was just all bad all around.
Here's the problem. So someone said, why would that still be a inherent bad? Oh, the problem here is they're still far behind. They're still very, very far behind. They were losing in map pressure. They were losing in objectives. They were losing in CS.
About 5,000 gold behind.
Yeah, the only person that was relatively even in the game is just Upset against Hansama. Also, Vitality's comp is more based off poking and engaging. G2's comp is pretty much just based off all-inning. If G2's comp just all-ins into you, there's really not much you can do. There really isn't anything you do. Yeah, try an all-in a Cassiopeia with Petrifying Gaze. Try an all-in a Kled. Yeah, not going to work out very well. Plus, G2's comp is more sustained because you have the Soraka. So, yeah, G2's comp just is better as the game goes on. So if they're behind, it's actually worse for Team Vitality's comp to be behind than G2's. And then good old Little Kaiser. He's a dead Lulu. So now, match of the week, dude. Match of the century. Team Heretics versus Fnatic. Ugh. Fuck, this was horrible. God damn, this is bad. Where do we even start with this one? This was League of Legends competitively, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I will give Razor credit. Razor really, really carried them throughout this week. I will give them that. Razor carried pretty hard. So I know like I Will Dominate's been really shitting hard on Evie, and I do agree with him. Evie's been running it down really hard.
Yeah.
Like he's been running it down pretty hard. Now I will say this: Evie played okay last winter split. I thought he was okay, all things considered. Right? I like looking at his best games. You could probably go, okay, I can see why you got this guy. But Team Heretics ran into the same problem that Team Vitality did. For Evie is Japanese. Okay, Evie's Japanese. So if you're trying to have this team of like two imports and you want to have your strongest players be your imports, they should probably speak the same language. Why is that Team Vitality,
or at least speak English or something?
That too. Why is it that Team Vitality and Team Heretics have these players where they like you have your imports, but the imports don't even speak the same language? It's like that's so you're already adding in another layer of problems to another layer of problems that already exist while bringing in import players. Yeah. Just in general, right? So now you have Evie, a guy that is just running. He's literally actually competitively running it down. He's playing much worse than he did in winter. In winter, he played okay, decent at best. I'd rather take his winter performance over what the fuck he's doing right now, because this just looks awful. This guy walked up as Sion repeatedly in this game and then just died. Not even ulting, not even queuing, not even Eing, nothing. Walking up, just, I walk up, I die. That's it. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I thought this was my games when I was watching this shit.
Bro, I thought this was me. I was like, damn, I be playing like this sometimes. Like literally, Sion
walk up and die. That's the
I'll attack, but then I'll die and then kill you as I'm dead. You know, something like that. But this motherfucker was like, I'm gonna just walk up, get shot in the head, and come back as a zombie and kill you. Like, what the fuck?
Oh my god! Like this was fucking horrible to watch from this guy. And no, I agree with people say, but he's just echoing other people's opinions. Okay, guys, for once, please listen what people are bringing up. Okay, I say a player's bad. Let's say you say a player's bad. How that's not echoing anything. That's literally observing what's going on in the game. He's playing badly. He's playing legitimately awful. There is no defending this guy's gameplay. It's fucking awful. Like even when he's frontlining, it's like, dude, why are you wasting your Q on the Gnar? Why are you wasting your knockup on Gnar? What are you like? What? This guy doesn't even ult in team fights. Look at that. He still has his fucking ult. This fucking griefing fuck, dude. This guy doesn't even use his ult. This griefing Japanese Goku fuck. Oh my god. And look, there's a part of this game, I swear, if this is not trolling anybody, you go play competitive Neopets because you're fucking stupid. All right, there's a moment right here. This is watching this. If you think this is not trolling, man, go throw yourself out a fucking window. Look at what Evie does right here. Look what he does right there. See Evie? Just right there, just getting two-shotted. Got hooked in. Okay, cool. Instant death. What the fuck? Why is he that close to the Nautilus? Look at what he just did. I want people to actually watch what this guy's doing in game. This is so egregious. Your tank is playing like he's a brain-dead moron right now. So, for Team Heretics, people said, do you think they'll make playoffs? I mean, guys, anything is possible right now in the format. They're currently right now 2-4.
And a lot of teams are 2-4. That's me. This third week is literally going to show which team's good, which team's decent, which team needs to blow it up.
Let's get some tiebreakers. Oh, don't you just love tiebreakers? I like more games, but goddamn, I don't want to see tiebreakers between Fnatic and fucking Team Heretics. That's disgusting.
Fnatic, Team Heretics,
Mad Lions have also looked pretty suspect this split. Like Mad Lions, we'll talk about them in a moment, but they've looked. And I like Mad Lions. I like Mad Lions. I like their players, but it's like, ooh, this is looking rough here.
Yeah.
So with Team Heretics, guys, I mean, if Jankos literally has to alley-oop, dunk, run the ball down the court, pass it to the perfect person for this team to do anything. Literally, if he is not LeBron James for the fucking Cavaliers, I don't know what this team would look like, because this team would look like dog shit. I probably wouldn't get any wins with Yankos, actually. Yankos is the definitive reason why they're anywhere capable of even winning a game, nor even closing out a game. So, I don't know, man. What do you think about Team Heretics? Do you think Evie's running it down, or do you think he'll turn into Goku at a certain point and start playing actually well?
It depends on what champions he plays, because at this point, I'm not even sure what some of these teams be doing, because like Heretics, whatever. Yeah. This game, they not even suspect. This was trash. Fnatic literally puts up 31.
0-11.
This looks like a fucking NFL score, like 31-14. Like, I don't know what the hell. And they was going to free deaths. They were giving up free kills too. Fnatic literally had so many free kills. It was just like, all right. Sion was literally a free kill. Like, this motherfucker died 11 times. Out of those 11 kills, 9 of them, no, I think 7 or 8 of them are free. Like, this motherfucker didn't do nothing. He literally just walked up and just told you to kill me. What the fuck are you doing? I thought, because I was watching this shit on the train. I'm like,
this is bad. No. Like, you're like, because people think NA is bad. No, watch that game. Watch that. Tell me that's
I was on the train watching this shit. I'm like, yo, what kind of shit is this? This motherfucker is literally just like, I know as a Sion, I do as much damage as I can. Like, I'm not really good with the ult yet, but I know do as much damage as I can. Get close to the person that's low health. When I die, it kills them. This motherfucker just literally walks up and just goes, kill me. 6 shots. Not even tanky. That's me. This motherfucker get 2-shotted by a motherfucking Jinx. If a motherfucker had a Jinx, if he was going against a Jinx in a Rolling Soul, he would get 2-shotted and then do nothing. I'm like, nah, I don't know what he's doing.
Like, look at this stuff right here. This, this guy is, I mean, this is a 3v. Okay.
Oh, no.
He plays back. No, this was fine for the most part, but then he's, FA, you suck. I don't know. Oh, my God. So this guy's oh, my God. Okay, let's replay this again. I was watching this live, too. Okay, so he gets ganked. That is, okay, he's getting put pressure on. Okay, cool. He basically blows all the charges on his Gwen ult. Then his team comes up, actually helps him collapse. Okay, you're like, all right, that's fine. Why the fuck is he still even here? And why would he walk this way instead of walking that way?
Yep.
This man could walk straight, live, go to the turret, but he chooses to walk to this wall and die. I just don't get it. Also, speaking about Mad Lions, Mad Lions were always worse at playing the early game than Rogue, because this is what I've mentioned for Mad Lions for years, even when I used to do the show with James all the time. Mad Lions will get a lead, get and start doing things good in the early game, but they'll never know when to back off. This is all their rosters have always had this problem. They'll never know when to back off, and they'll never actually realize, okay, you don't have to do more than what you're doing right now. Sometimes it's good to just take what you got and just be good with that, and then now you kind of reset and you do something different. The roster is always, like, all their players, even last split, just from last split, remember those games where Nisqy got ahead and Nisqy was winning it for them, and he'll just die randomly, just going and thinking that he's stronger than he is, and just dies, and the whole game's over. It's like that they're doing now. That's not just with Nisqy. They're doing all that themselves now. They'll have like some decent idea of how they still want to play the game, but this is like that coin flippy roster that people predicted for that they were going to see last split, but now we're getting that. This is the reason why people thought the roster wasn't going to be all that good last split. It's just kind of now panning out that way. The reason why the roster wouldn't really be good from a roster configuration standpoint is you have Karzi and Hylissang, who are literally trying to do the Sprint Olympics in their fucking bot lane. You have Karzi, who's not really that good. He's an all right ADC. You have Hylissang, who's just a version of a guy who has he just engages. All he knows is one way to play. I engage. That's it. That's it. I engage. That's it. I play my engages and I just run it in. That's it. But then you also have El Yoya, who's kind of not having the best split right now. He's losing a lot of these matchups, getting out-jungled, outpaced, losing all of his pressure. Chasey is, I think, their best player, but there's really not much you can do. Like I told people, you can't really carry from top lane as much as you used to do based off of like how they've, nerfed certain champions, how they've nerfed certain item builds around top lane. It's just really hard to do. Like, even if Chasey is doing well in lane, and even if Chasey does get a lead, the problem here is that they're not good enough to the point where they know how to really help Chasey push his lead too. Like, even when they're ahead in map pressure for Mad Lions, they'll still not really ever know, hey, you could just get, it's okay, you got a turret, you got this Rift Herald push off, let's reset now, let's make sure our waves are in good position, now let's take Dragon. No, it's always just trying to look for a fight when there's no reason to. There's no reason there for El Yoya to just blow his ult right there. And they're all hitting Assault Leona! Why? I can't watch this. Oh my god. See, this is the problem. They got the flash out of they got the Hextech flash out of a guy. Okay, right here, there's really he can't really kill both of them. And then remember, if you feed Kai'Sa, you feeding Kai'Sa is almost just an auto win. If Kai'Sa gets kills, she one-shots people. That champion is borderline disgusting. Remember, Jack Spectra wasn't even ahead in this game. They actually fed him kills by their horrible dives, and that's what got him ahead. That's not Jack Spectra being good at all. That Matt Lions just turbo sprinting it into him. Then as a Kai'Sa, you go, all right, cool, I'll just poke. And now Kai'Sa has 3 kills, and then now the game is over because you literally will not be able to 1v1 her. You know that W she does? That if that hits you as an ADC, that's literally 4/5 of your health. You will be at 10 health and you will have to recall. Now, Temertrix are like, wait a minute. Mad Lions just griefed into me, gave our Kai'Sa 3 kills. All right, this game's over. You see how right now they can't even win team fights properly anymore? But then Chasey got a really good flank off right here, which is good. But even with this, you still know, wait a minute, there's still a fed Kai'Sa there. They're going to win this team fight, but it's really not going to amount to anything. It just won't. And that's with Cassante getting ahead, getting a lead, getting a good access into the backline. It doesn't matter. Then Mad Lions are like, you know what? That Kai'Sa's got 4 kills. Yankos is kind of respawning. Now we just do Baron, right? Oh, no. Oh, fuck. It's all bad. My eyes. I can't see it. It's so bad. Oh, no. And now Karzi's like, you know what? I'll flash in to the Gwen and the Ahri, and they won't kill me. Someone please help me. Help me, God. Help me. I'm going to have a heart attack. I like this org a lot. I like the players. I like what they did for the LEC, but it's like, god damn, dude. It's just so bad. Their macro play is so dog shit. All right, man.
I just got outplayed. It's like when people say, "Oh, team's bad," no, sometimes you just get outplayed. Like it's like
El Yoya's bad engages. Niski's bad positioning in team fights. Karzi all ending at random moments. First of all, right here, this is not really a bad position to be in. Okay, they chunked him out. Now leave. But it won't matter because Kai'Sa's 2 ahead. Kai'Sa now can just 2-shot people with her autos. She will literally rip you apart just with her basic Q and auto combos. She doesn't use her ult or their abilities. I got to play Kai'Sa tonight. Tonight, I'm going to start my Kai'Sa journey. I got to learn how to play Kai'Sa better, actually. But yeah, Mad Lions, I've been extremely disappointed in Mad Lions like this past 2 weeks of gameplay. It's been relatively all bad. They got blown out by Excel. Excel of all teams is blowing them out. Really?
Excel's not a bad team. I think they got a lot better ever since they got. I forgot who they got rid of. They got
They have limit for Targamas.
Yeah.
I'll say they look like they have an idea of what they want to do with this guy, which makes things a little bit more better in terms of like how to play the game a little bit.
Somewhat better. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm still saying Xerxes is trash. That guy, he's just
but he has played better this split.
Miss K. Oh, what's up, man? What's up, dude? Oh, Lord. I hate these fucking teams sometimes. I just can't do it. I just can't. My Lord. Chasey, in this matchup, I think he played fine. There's really not much else you can do. I mean, your jungler is 0-5 against a Vi with 5-3. So the matchups right now, the jungle are pretty much just Wukong versus Vi every game, essentially, unless you're picking like Gragas or Sejuani. You saw Razork playing very well on Vi. And that's pretty much it with Mad Lions right now. I mean, do I think that they can make a comeback and do I think they'll make top 8? Okay, so what's their strength of schedule next week? Mad Lions play Fnatic. This should be a win.
They should, but that's a coin toss.
Mad Lion versus SK, a rematch of the playoff BO5 they had last split. Hopefully SK can get some revenge against Mad Lions. SK right now are playing better, so SK should be favored to win right now.
G2. Oh shit.
Mad Lions versus G2.
Them motherfuckers could end up 3-6.
Yeah, most likely they could end up 3-6. That got Astralis into playoffs last split. We know at least 3-6 will get you in, but you'll get in at 8th place.
Look at the schedule now. Like literally, like it's not like last year where teams were like so far ahead. This is literally one bad week and you go from 1st to 6th. Like
yeah, also we got to factor in if these bottom tier team matches matter even more, because if these guys start beating their other bottom tier competition and you lose to the bottom tier competition, now you're screwed. Actually, because remember, guys, Mad Lions making it in, like I said with the 100 Thieves and Team Liquid and TSM on our other show, is you also banking on other teams losing too. Remember, this is all banking on the fact that other teams lose their matches too, which is just out of your hands right now. Right now, Mad Lions making it in to the BO3 stage is pretty much just out of their hands. All they
Mad Lions has not the toughest schedule though. The toughest schedule is Fnatic. I think Fnatic, Mad Lions goes against it because Mad Lions and
Fnatic versus G2 and Fnatic versus Astralis. I mean, people say Astralis shouldn't they lose to Fnatic? Nope. Astralis should beat the fuck out of them. Theoretically,
but then again, Astralis was looking shaky. That's me. If
Astralis have a good early game against Fnatic, I don't think Fnatic are mentally strong enough to pull back that lead.
Yeah,
because that happened last split too. Remember, SK Gaming had a big enough early game lead. They were like, "Oh, we fucking suck." Now that's the problem. This is also not barring Astralis do their classic Astralis Baron fucking flips and lose the game. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully, but for right now, Heretics. So people think the Heretics will probably lose out. Heretics face Astralis, which it's hard. I never thought there'd be a day where I put faith in Astralis. Oh no, what am I doing? Astralis face Heretics, Excel, and Fnatic. That should be enough to get them into.
That should be a 3-0 week, but then again, that could be a 1 or 2 week. These teams are literally a coin toss. There's no
the whole split right now is a coin toss.
There's no one dominant team.
Yeah.
There's 4-4-2 teams. Go back.
Yes, yeah.
There's 4-4-2 teams, and there's 4-2-4 teams. Like literally, some of these teams' records could be flipped. That's how fucking crazy.
And a lot of these records, like you mentioned, aren't even indicative of how good these games are. A lot of these games are very sloppy. A lot of bad mistakes by both teams. A lot of drafting mistakes. This scoreline does not indicate how good or bad some of these teams are playing. I think Team BDS right now is. I wouldn't say they're the strongest team. They've had a lot of mistakes in their games too. Like Nuke is dog shit.
Team BDS probably has this like strongest case to finish top 4 because they're the only ones that don't look completely shaky. They're like up and down.
Their style is very stable. They have an idea of let's get Crowny to 20 minutes of the game and let's also put Adam on whatever. Yep. Adam gets whatever champion he wants, and Crowny gets to have all the resources. That's their plan.
The 2 teams I think might not make it are.
Oh, Abadage is back. Yep. XL announced today that Abadage will be playing for XL in week 3. I'm going to go over their announcement right now for you guys.
Yeah, my guy, Abadage, man. That's good. It's good to see him back, man. Hope his mentals are all there.
Not only did I get scared today, butterball naked in my car, I broke my couch from riding dick the last 2 minutes today. I broke my couch from riding dick that lasted 2 minutes today.
TikTok.
Real nice. Okay. Let's put that there.
You are the best.
That's wife material right there.
She broke her couch by riding dick.
What a pro. Man. What a pro.
I don't.
Hang on 1 second, guys. So esports.
Man, have you ever fucked a girl so hard one time that you were fucking her, you back and made her fart?
Oh, Cass is going back to Europe. All right, so Cass was 100 Thieves' a head coach. Obviously, it didn't work out. It was when 100 Thieves were 6-5 and
they were
5 or 4-8. It was when they had the 8 record. Yeah,
they were 4.
They got rid of him. They brought in Nuke Duck, and then now Cass is going back to Europe to be with Excel. Actually,
it was 5-8. Yep.
Oh, I guess this is the video that I could do. Okay, so sources: Cass has reached a verbal agreement with Excel Esports and will join the LEC coaching staff. And people have mentioned that when LEC coaches come over to LCS, it's not just a culture shock. It's just so much different here compared to how Europe is ran when it comes to just what the idea of what the coaching staff should be. So whatever he thought the coaching staff was going to be or what the players probably wanted, it was all just fucked up, and they chose to part ways. Abadage will be promoted to the main roster of the British organization. Arrows reported. Abadage took it out. Okay, so we go over Alejandro Gomez. Okay. Abadage is set to become XL starting mid laner. According to sources close to Blitz.gg, Abadage will be XL Esports' starting mid laner from the last week of the spring split regular phase, replacing Vetio in the roster. Abadage joined the English organization in the middle of the winter split, leaving 100 Thieves after more than a year and a half in the American organization. The German mid laner will being his journey as a starting mid laner this week, replacing Vetio. Additionally, okay, so they reported that. Okay, blah, blah, blah. What else was that? I'm trying to see like why they replaced Vetio right now. Okay, right here. On the other hand, we have not seen the best games from the French mid laner since his debut in the top European competition. Vetio has been a mid laner who has given a lot to talk about, a player who from day one showed his great mechanics with champions like Zoe, Akali, or Sylas. Both this split and the previous one, the meta has revolved much more around control mages and the priority of mid to rotate to other lanes, and the synergy between the French player. Well, he means lanes because I mean line. I don't know. I guess and his jungler Xerxes has been virtually non-existent. Yeah, Xerxes. I
would replace Xerxes as well.
This or just likes him. This man could literally run it 0-20 in the game. They probably go, "That's still my jungler."
Okay, be like, "Oh, okay." Because it could be somebody. Xerxes is a problem. All right, cool. You're fired. Let's switch out the mid laner. No, me and you could be both like the assistant coaches. We tell the head coach of Xerxes is a problem. Man. He's just not laning well. He's missing all his assignments. Gank is not. His juggle presence is non-existent. All right, cool. You're fired. I swear it's got to be something like that, because there's no way in hell that Xerxes stays on. Because I'm like, wait.
I think he had the only good game he's had to split is the one they had against Mad Lions. That was the only game he had good. We played Gragas. That was the only good game he had. A person like that could have one good game the entire year so far and still not get replaced. What do people see in this guy? I literally don't. I just, man, I don't even know what this fucking esport industry is like anymore. All right. Vetio will be moved to the bench. I mean, Vetio's not been playing that good, though. He's had like one good game. It was that Rise game from last split. Remember the one against Team Vitality that was really close?
Yeah.
Like, guys, I know people might like people from name alone, but these guys aren't playing well. I think it's also the other aspect of when you bring in veterans to a team like Otawamne and Xerxes and what's his name? Limit and Patrick to the bot lane. These guys have already a solidified way of how they want to play the game. I just don't know. And Vetio's still kind of relatively new. He's not had a solidified style of what makes him really good. He just doesn't synergize very well with the rest of his team. He just doesn't, honestly. And people knew Abadage had a chance to, take the spot over him. Maybe Abadage has been performing better in scrims than Vetio, because they did say that a player on XL was mentally done after week 1. Vetio definitely looks like the guy to be doing that. This man was literally tweeting very cryptic shit after he pretty much knew they were eliminated. Last split actually. Yep. Yeah, man, your boy's back. Your boy's back in the mid lane,
man. Let's go. And now he's reunited with Cass. Let's go.
Problem here is he's gonna have to go 3. I mean, what's XL sitting at? 2-4?
They're 2-4. No, okay.
They need at least one win to get in. They need at least a win.
What's XL schedule? What's XL?
XL schedule is against Koi. Koi's been looking kind of shaky, so that's very
winnable.
Astralis.
Okay, that's me. They gotta be Koi.
They need at least one win. You need at least one. Because
Corey's also 2-4, or there's 3-3.
3-3.
Okay, that's me. They definitely gotta beat Koi. They definitely gotta beat Koi for that tiebreaker. You get a Charlotte. They gotta beat a Charlotte and Koi.
Because Astralis got in 3-6 last split. They need at least that third win. You cannot go 0-3. They go 0-3, they're finished. But this is also a lot of pressure on Abadage as well. It's like he pretty much has to go 2-1 or 1-3. Oh, sorry, 1-2 or 2-1.
Nah, I would say 2-1. I think 4 or 5 is probably the time, because there's too many 2-4 teams. Somebody had to go 0-3. One of them had to go 0-3. Like just to, I think it's gonna be Team Hieratic, but I'm not sure.
All right, let me put this down as a news video to do later on. Abadage changing out of Revetio. Let me do that. Let me do that right now.
I got a marker what to do later about
last
weekend. ABER.
Really?
Yeah, ABERDAGGE.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay. You're right.
Abadage. Hell yeah, I know spell their names.
Abadage.
Trilogy Braun.
I'll do that as a news video just in case people don't watch the stream.
He's German. One of his, no offense, not to be racist, one of his family members was definitely in the Nazi party. Braun, come on, man. Wait a minute. Matter of fact, he could be related to Hitler's own wife, by somehow. Oh shit!
This guy says you definitely weren't the problem. But just because you're not the main problem doesn't mean that you aren't a problem yourself. I hate people so much. So much.
He's not wrong, but then he fucks up the whole comment. Go back, read the whole comment.
So you definitely weren't the problem, as you were arguably the best performing player on the team.
See, right there,
definitely not true. That's really
in one part he was right,
their best player.
He did forget the apostrophe, and a T. But he had it and he fucked up all one. He wasn't the problem on the team, but he wasn't the best player.
Like if EXO won a chance at going to the next BO3 stage, you need to replace that guy.
Who was it in your opinion that Zerk said?
Otowa literally performed better than Vetio. Like literally, Vetio and Xerxes are the problems for the team. They were. Otowa and Patrick. I mean, I wouldn't say Patrick either. I think he's not looked that good himself. I would say just Otowa is their best performing player. Well, that's your bad opinion. You're retarded. I know you don't. People are just literally. This is what they do in games. They see a player they like. They don't know how the fuck they're playing. They just go, "Oh, he's playing good. I like that guy, motherfucker." What a brain dead fuck. Miko. Dumb brain dead take equals L. What a dumb fuck. Betio says, but I will have to say that I would have enjoyed to finish the split at least, and it is not my decision to not play. What he basically means is coaching staff said, hey, you're benched, Abadage's joining. They pulled him into a room and they're like, hey, Vetio, we like you, but you're getting replaced. My health is good, so don't worry. I still hope the best for this weekend for the team. My thing here is guys, this situation must have been so bad for them in scrims to the point where they chose to make this decision. Remember, this is after they had didn't they have a 1-2 week, actually? They had a 1-2 week, right? They went, they beat Mad Lions and they went 1-2. They only beat Mad Lions. So imagine their scrims must look really bad. People said their scrims are terrible, just like Immortals and Dignitas. Their scrims are bad. Imagine this. They literally scrimmed probably after today. They probably scrimmed and they probably went, this is bad. This is literally happening today. So they scrimmed today and went, hey, man, this is fucking awful. You need to be gone. Remember, they're also swapping out Vetio literally before the last week of the regular season for the LEC 2023 spring split.
Yeah.
They didn't need to give a fake reason to bench. Just say it up front. Faking only just makes it much worse. I mean, I don't know who gave a fake reason. I think this guy's just fucking retarded. I don't know what this guy's talking about. He's talking out his ass. But he said it's not his decision to not play. It is not my decision to not play. Yeah, because someone else made the decision, obviously. So basically, someone's going to be like, well, would another org pick him up? The LEC is really just all about what have you done for me recently? And it's like, based off his recent performance, would you take the shot at him again? People were saying he was the next Caps. I was like, oh no. Oh no. No. People need to go back and watch when Caps was just murdering motherfuckers when he first joined. This guy was nowhere near that level. He was never even as good as Humanoid in Humanoid's prime, when Humanoid wasn't being a German fuck. Or when he was never as good as Perks in his prime, never as good as Humanoid, never as good as Larson in his prime. Look how well Larson played last year compared to how he played last year. Tell me there wasn't a stark difference. I'm not saying he played bad last year. He played actually pretty good last year, but Larson played so much better than him. He was never, ever in that conversation for best mid laner for whatever that period of mid laners looks like for the LEC. Never. And then when he went to XL, motherfuckers farmed a bunch, and that's it. You know? So, yeah, that's just my thing with how Vetio is. Like, them putting in Abadage right now is just perfectly fine, actually. Like, Vetio did not play well this split. Like, he just didn't play well pretty much at all. So yeah, for you guys who obviously are watching this, I'll be doing a news video covering that as well. Like I said before, I'll be doing the weekly recaps for the LEC, as well as the news when a player gets benched or swapped out. Remember, always for the videos, weekly recaps, LEC, LCS, then it's going to be whatever situation like this happens. Player gets benched or player gets swapped out. Just keep in mind, that is the content you get outside of this. You know, I will be doing my LCS 2023 Spring Split Week 8 recap very, very soon. I'll probably be recording that later on tonight after I finish the Nightwing podcast. And then I'll be doing the news video for Abadage, and then after that, I'll do the weekly recap for the LEC 2023 Spring Split Week 2, actually. Yep, that's also true. It's also very true. Any other team that I want to talk about? See, my thing here with Fnatic, some people are probably going to want my opinion about Fnatic. My thing with Fnatic is, yeah, they looked like Razork carried them this week. So literally, if Razork doesn't carry them, then they essentially just really don't function as a team. Razork will even take... Razork as a player will literally go for plays that are like so suboptimal, even when they're not actually the plays you should be going for, just to get his team a lead, just to get his team ahead, just to do anything, you know? Also, hold on, guys. Give me a sec. Okay, I gotta put my phone to the charger. Give me like literally a second, guys. I have my phone to the charger. Otherwise, my phone will not be charged when I'm gonna go watch Shazam 3 of the Gods. I need to have my phone charged. Give me my phone charger. Where's my phone charger at? Sorry, guys. Give me literally a second. Give me literally a second, okay? I'm just gonna grab my phone charger. Where's my phone charger? What the hell? Also, I had a random kickstart in there from yesterday. Okay, here's my phone charger. Sorry about that, guys. I just want to get my phone charger so I can charge my phone. That way, when I'm watching Shazam, I don't have to worry about, my phone gonna be dead. I can theoretically just, like, walk to the movie theater, too. Because I don't think I need to take the bus, because I'll be there, like, super early, and it's like, I don't know. No, I'll probably end up, I'll probably take the bus down there. I'll probably just get some money and just do that. All right, I'm back. All right. Okay. Chaz sent me this. Let me look over this right now. Is Chaz back? Let me see. Let me see if Chaz is back for a second. All right.
I'm saying, no, I just said, your favorite actors,
Damn. She's looking scrumptious.
Yeah, fucking Haley Steinfeld. Like, Jesus.
Do you think my cum would look good on her chest?
I'm trying to put it on her face. What you talking about? But the point is, at this point, there's a lot of teams. What team do you think would? Okay. The big question: what team do you think would have the worst reaction if they do not make playoffs? I think it's Fnatic and XL. I think if they miss playoffs again,
if Fnatic misses playoffs again, where only 8 teams make it in, that is, God. Because I know people are going to go, but they played well this week. No. Razork played well this week. Not Fnatic. Razork played well. So next week, they have a really hard through the schedule. Realistically, like I said before, if they can get to that 3 win, if they can get 3-6 like the other guys do, and maybe play out a tiebreaker, maybe that's worst case scenario for them. Because they played realistically this week, they should be getting ass blasted by a lot of these teams. Realistically, this should be a 0-3 week. They should theoretically finish the split off where they finished off last winter's split, 2-7. XL have a better chance, probably slightly, because the thing here is XL should also finish probably 1-2 as well. let's just I think if Mad Lions don't make the playoffs, I think they would also make roster swaps too. I think they would also make a decision as well. So yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I think you're right. I think if XL or Fnatic don't make it, they would make more roster changes because they're showing you right now. If it's desperate enough, they'll swap a motherfucker out right now. They don't care. What do you think about Koi? Do you think if Koi don't make it, they'll make some big changes? I think Jigenda would just be out. He would be their easiest scapegoat. They would get rid of.
I think if Koi don't make it, they'll definitely get rid of Jigenda. I think XL. I think Lexi might be out. I think they're have to like look in the mirror and be like, okay, who's the reason why we actually did not make it?
Chris Tucker just gave an update on Rush Hour 4.
Okay, yeah, for now, like Mountain Lions definitely get.
Yeah, we'll go over it tonight. We'll go over it tonight, dude. There's some juicy topics for tonight's Nightwing podcast. So we'll cover a couple of them because I have to save some for my entertainment news videos.
Yeah.
So there's the one about Rush Hour 4. I don't think it's Malrong per se.
No,
yes, I do agree that he's playing not. Malrong is not playing suboptimal. I do agree with you there. But it's the problem with, dude, when you're playing jungle, and I know this, if you're playing jungle and your players are not on the same page and or not utilizing the resources you're giving them, it's like if we were playing bot lane and he was spoon feeding me a bunch of kills. Now Chaz is thinking, okay, he's got all the kills. I did my job. Now you need to just carry the game. That's what he's doing. Malrong is essentially giving his players the best chances of he feeds all the he will literally buy wards without buying an item, so he's behind so he can, gank more. So my thing here is if they want to try and better utilize Malrong, they need to actually get him on a different playstyle. This playstyle of just high ganking, just ganking repeatedly, I honestly don't know if that's what they really want to do for Malrong moving forward. I think for this split, they might still play that playstyle with Malrong, but moving forward, he needs to get that carry jungle playstyle back. He needs to, because if he doesn't, it's looking rough as fuck for Koi. I'm just gonna say that right now. It will look very bad from them overall. All right, let me fix up my topics for tonight. We're gonna do Rush Hour 4. We're not gonna do a ton of them. Which one you want to talk about? You want to talk about the Shazam movie not doing so well? I don't know what.
I think we can talk about that one. I think we can do that one. We could do the Rush Hour 4.
Rush Hour 4, Shazam, and what else happened? Because I have them right here for entertainment news. So
anything that you don't feel like would be good for entertainment news, I will put it on for tonight.
Okay. Tim. I put Tim Drake. It's supposed to be Tim Drake. Okay. Victoria Alonso, that Marvel lady.
Yeah, I would definitely put that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay, we'll have three. We'll have some fun food topics, and we'll have those three. Okay, let me put them up right now. Then. Okay, so which ones did we just? Wait, why is this here?
Rush Hour 4.
Okay, let me go to StreamYards right now to put them up. Right now, I literally just had it right here in front of me, and I exit out of the tab. The fuck is wrong with me? Okay, let's go right here. Well, let's do. We'll keep two of the titles. We'll keep two of the food ones. Oh my lord. Do Rush Hour 4. We'll do what did you say? Shazam.
Yep.
Theory of Odds. And we'll do Victoria Alonso. I'm pretty sure I spelled that right. I'm pretty sure I did. Alonso. Okay, got it right. Okay, perfect. All right, and then after that, we'll do cream pies, right?
Yeah.
Don't you like cream pies? Don't you love them?
Yeah, definitely inside a woman.
Wait. Don't you mean inside of like Haley Steinfeld?
Oh my god, what cream pie the fuck out of her.
That would look good. You see how like juicy that would look? I wouldn't want to taste that shit after she licks it.
Stupid.
Shazam, Theory of
fucking Michelle Boris from Shazam. Oh my god, when she was on fucking Hawaii 5-0, Jesus Christ.
Nightwing Podcast, Season 10, Episode 18. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it for the LEC this week coming up. I have more videos and content coming up. Recap for this week of the LEC, a recap for LCS last week as well, and the Abadage video. So yeah, 2 recaps, Abadage video coming up. Yeah, I just gotta just sit here and chill a bit for like another 20 minutes. I'm gonna take the bus and go to movie theaters. I'm gonna watch Shazam! Fury of the Gods. I'll be dropping a spoiler-free movie review on that. Right, I'll probably do it when I get home, but then I'll probably drop it like tomorrow. Yeah. I released my Scream 6 spoiler-free movie review. I just recorded the spoiler one, so just keep that in mind. That was all. I just did that as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the most part. Anything else you want to say, man, before we close out of this? Actually,
this is gonna be a lot of teams are going like this final week is going to make or break a lot of teams. Yeah,
it's super close right now in the LEC. Literally, pretty much any team can beat any team or throw against any team. Actually,
yep.
Scream movie. And that's it. Hashtag Ghostface. Oh, hashtag Scream. There we go. Nice little things up there. No, that's it. That's it. All right. So that is pretty much it. Thank you guys for showing up. You guys are awesome. Sorry we didn't have a show last week. Your boy was busy. You go to bed. This lady's always, man, I'm gonna choke this bitch out. This lady's always talking shit. Miss Lake, oh my goodness. Do you have this thing where you just want to just ghost face this bitch? Oh my lord. All right, guys. See you guys later. Like, comment, and subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. We see you guys next week on Sunday. See you guys Sunday.